Welcome everyone. I'm here with Gabriella Baka. Welcome, Gabi.
Thank you for having me.
And Gabi is a really enthusiastic teaching professional from Zalaegerszeg. And I first met her at a mentor training course with Révi Sudit and Caroline Bodocki in 2011. And let's talk about the regional branches which IATEFL-Hungary is thinking of resuscitating in the near future. And you're a key figure in this initiative. Could you tell us how you got involved and why you got involved in this?
Yes. I've been working for the Pedagogical Institute in County Zala since 2009. And I'm actually a consultant for the Institute. Just to put this into perspective, pedagogical institutes have been operating in Hungary for decades, and until 1989, it was rather kind of supervision that they were doing, and after that they switched over to consultation. So it's not compulsory anymore, and after this time, these pedagogical institutes kind of died out in the country. So if I'm not mistaken, there are about 5 in the country operating, and not in all of them are there consultants anymore. So I'm one of them in County Zala, and that's how I came into contact with Mark at an IATEFL conference. And I invited him, and we started to do the planning for this.
And what have you done so far? Because I know that you did have some events, at least 1 or 2 workshops.
Exactly. We had him last school year, and also Sandra Vida from Slovenia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, and today you had I think, milestone event, a workshop with Frank Prescott and Mark Andrews and someone else from Miskolc. Could you tell us what you talked about and what you came up with? What kind of ideas?
Yes, we were lucky to have fellow teachers from Poland and Croatia, and also this teacher from Miskolc, mm-hmm. who is also setting up a branch. And it was very interesting to talk about how they managed to bring about this branch in Poland and in Croatia. And especially the one in Croatia is very inspiring because it's really in bloom. So they are working, and a lot of people are attending their meetings.
Mm-hmm. And what have you taken away from this session? What have you learned from these branches?
Well, I think that's the most important thing, is that we have personal contact with the teachers, and that's how we can invite them. And so it has to be personal. And what we agreed to do is to have a page on the IATEFL webpage, and we are going to give the details about the branches there, and also we are going to set up a Facebook group where we can discuss the details.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. And do you have any specific plans or events, or on an ideal level, what would you like to do in the next, apart from the Facebook page and the website? Any meetings, or how can people get involved if they're interested?
Yeah, first of all, I saw that if the figure is correct, right now from County Zala there are 6 people who are IATEFL members. So I will try to get in contact with them and sit down with them and do the planning for the organization of the branch, and then we'll see how it's going to evolve. I'm going to have workshops. I will hope to invite people, and I would like to have an informal circle just to sit down with colleagues and exchange ideas as for a start.
I see. And my final question is, this is the final day of this conference, the 23rd IATEFL-Hungary conference. What do you think were the highlights for you and for the others in this conference?
Yeah. It is very normal that after such a conference, such a huge event, there are a lot of ideas whirling, in one. But what I really liked about this, apart from the plenaries and everything, was very inspiring. And of course, you meet people who take you further in your personal career, and ideas are brought to you by them. But what I really liked about this year's conference is that I saw 2 drama workshops, and we saw a theatre performance by the students from Vienna. And I really liked it because I sometimes have the fear that the personal element is getting lost. And I think drama is a very nice method to bring this back.
And one final question, really final question. If you could suggest or recommend a topic for the next IATEFL-Hungary conference, it's not going to be in Budapest, somewhere in the countryside. What do you think would be the best choice? What are teachers in Hungary and internationally interested in and motivated by?
Well, that's a hard one. But like I said, the personal element is very important, and I think we shouldn't forget that the teacher is the most important tool of education. Tool is maybe not the best word, but you know what I mean. And maybe if we could focus on the teacher and the personality, or the personal contacts, live contacts, and not just the digital ones, which of course are welcome, but maybe not the only future perspective.
Okay. Thank you very much for your answers and ideas, and I hope to see you next year and maybe at a regional branch event. Thank you, Gabi.
My pleasure.